be paying attention because I may never talk about this again, and it's going to be a 20-point grade. Okay? Now, well, if it's not yours, we'll put it in the piggy bank. Piggy bank? On the desk is my piggy bank. Now, my jumper one. No. Now, I think you probably know, because I'm sure I've already told you, that I'm an English major too. And so writing is near and dear to my heart. I haven't ever taught English except when I student taught English. But, so I have my students, each year we write 2 papers. We write one in the first semester and we write one in the second semester. So today I'm going to tell you about your first semester paper. Now before you start freaking out, it is a minimum of 1 page. I am not asking you for, a 15-page research paper. It's a minimum of 1 page. It's MLA format, minimum 1 page. So don't leave a bunch of space at the bottom. You'll get docked. Fill a page. Write an extra paragraph. Make it, a page and a half or something. I will be grading for accuracy just like your English teacher does. So I don't want any sentence fragments, no misspellings, no commas out of place. Do it like you would do it for your English teacher, okay? Here's what you're writing about. You'll enjoy this. It's due the Friday before Thanksgiving, which is November 20th. November 20th is when it is due. That's Friday before Thanksgiving. And you are going to write about a trait that you possess that you are thankful for. Now, do not write an essay about how you are thankful for your family. You should be thankful for your family. Don't write an essay about how you're thankful for the opportunity to take Precal. You should be thankful for that. You are writing an essay about a trait that you have. So, for example, I am proud of the fact that I am a loyal friend. I'm saying this is an example of what you could do. I am proud of the fact that I am a great big sister. I am proud of the fact that I am a responsible student. And then tell me why you feel that way. So if you think you're great, one of the great gifts you possess is you're a loyal friend, tell me why you're a loyal. Why do you think that? What have you done? How have you shown your loyalty to your friends? If you think you're a great big brother, why? Why do you think you're a great big brother? What have you done? So this is a chance for you to kind of brag about yourself. What are you proud of? What gift do you have that you are proud of? Does everybody understand the task? Because every year I get 1 or 2 or 3 that say, I am so proud and so thankful for my mom. Which, of course, as a mom, I think that's awesome. But that's not what this paper is about. This paper is about, Harry, what gift do you have? Okay? Is everybody clear on that? Everybody know the expectation? Now, what's today? October 13th. Due date, November 20th. 1 page. Is Mrs. Ford going to accept late papers? No. Absolutely not. If you can't get your act together and get a page done in 5 or 6 weeks, then I'm sorry, it's 0 out of 20. Okay? This is a 20-point assignment. Now, on the other hand, suppose over fall break you've got some time on your hands and you want to crank that out and turn it in. Awesome. I'll take them early. I'll take them at any time. Anytime. You don't have to wait till the 20th. But the 20th is the last day that I will take them, November 20th. As I get them in, I will grade them and post them. So you'll see your 20 out of 20 will go into the grade book. I don't return them until I have everybody's. So after I have everybody's done, then I'll return them all at once. But I will grade it as it comes in. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you again. I may not ever talk about this again. I'll post it on my website. But now it's yours, all right? You know the job, you know the date, you know the assignment. Here we go. Now it's up to you. Get it done. Okay? All right. Practice test 3, because tomorrow we have a test. Thursday. Yeah. The next time I see you, we have a test. Okay, so practice test 3, everybody got it out? This one is formatted exactly like the test, so when you get your test on Thursday, it's going to look just like this. Number 1A, find the inverse. Listen, I want to get through this. It helps you for me to get through it, but I can't if you're talking. Step 1, find the inverse. Switch the variables. Step 2, solve for y. There is the answer to the first question. Down at the bottom it says f inverse equals, you would say x minus 7 over 4. Letter B is a little bit harder, but we've practiced these. What's step 1? This is 1B. What's step 1? Switch the variables. Do not forget that. Switch the variables. Now what? We are going to multiply this denominator over here. And when I multiply it over, I'm distributing it, right? I'm bringing it over here, and I'm going to distribute it. Now this one's harder. Remember what you have to do at this point?
Bring 2y over.
You got to rearrange. You're going to flip-flop these two terms so that everything with a y is on the same side. And we did that so that we could take out the y. So I factored out the y. And then what's my last step? What's my last step? Divide. So again, the answer blank says f inverse. Actually, it says g inverse. And g inverse is negative 4x minus 1 over 3x minus 2. Got it? Number 2. Now, I would suggest maybe, I know a couple of you do this, and I think it's very helpful. Let's write down the ordered pairs that we have shown here. So this is 2, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 3, 0. So this is the original picture that I've drawn. Now it says, is the inverse a function? Now, this is a function, but the question isn't, is that a function? It's, would its inverse be a function? And the answer is no. Because to see if the inverse is a function, we use the horizontal line test. And does this pass the horizontal line test? No. So the answer to question A is no, it's not a function because it does not pass the horizontal line test. Now we're going to actually sketch the inverse. Do you remember how to do that? This is why I had you write those ordered pairs down. You remember how you do that? How do we sketch it? We take each of these and flip them. So we're going to plot the point 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. So there's the first 3. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, and 0, negative 3. Just flip-flop the ordered pairs. There is the inverse. Any question about that? Create your own function that is not 1-to-1. Okay, what does it mean to be 1-to-1? Lindsay? It passes both tests. So draw a picture that doesn't pass both tests. Can you do that? There's tons of them. What are you thinking? So I like this. Is that 1-to-1? No, because it does not pass the horizontal. It has to pass both to be 1-to-1. This one does not pass the horizontal. Are there other shapes? Oh, there's a ton of them, right? You just want a picture that does not pass both tests. Is everybody okay with that? All right, number 4. Find the ordered pair if x equals 3 minus 4t, y equals 6 plus t, and t is negative 2. You are finding an ordered pair, an x and a y. So, what do? Just plug it in. So if I plug in a negative 2, I'll have 3 minus 4 times negative 2. What does that equal? 3 minus 4 times negative 2. 3 plus 8, that would be 11. And what if I plug it in into the y equation? There you go. Everybody okay with that? Brittany? Is that a college sweatshirt? Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. Now, next, find the direct algebraic relationship between these two. All right. Who remembers how to do this? Jordan? Okay, we get t by itself. Step 1, get t by itself. Does it matter which equation I used? No, but it'd probably be easier here. So get t by itself. Now it's by itself. I divided by 3, so t equals y over 3. What do I do now that I have t by itself? I plug it back into the other equation. Step 1, get t by itself. Step 2, plug it back into the other equation. So what does that equation say? X equals 1 plus 6 times y over 3. What is 6 times y over 3? Be careful. That's 6y over 3. That would be 2y, wouldn't it? So x equals 1 plus 2y. When we multiply fractions, Jennifer, we do top times top and bottom times bottom. Number 6. This is one where you have to write your own equation. So the first thing I want you to do is tell me what has changed. Let's just make a list. What has changed in the picture? It flipped over which one? I don't think it flipped over the x-axis. I think it flipped over the y-axis, didn't it? Didn't it go this way?
Yeah.
What was on the left is now on the right. What else did it do? It went up one. I think that's all that changed, isn't it? So I need to write an equation that flips over the y-axis and moves up 1. Jordan? When I flip over the y-axis, I actually have to put the negative on the x. So it's going to be f of negative x. And then how do I go up 1? Plus 1. There you go. That'll do it. Are these two functions inverses?
Yeah.
How do we tell? Okay, pick a number, any number, not 0 or 1.
Oh,
Pick
it's
some
not
random
one.
number. 5. All right, let's take the number. Let's pick a different number because if we put in 5, we get 5.
7.
7. All right. So what happens if I put 7 into this problem? If I put 7 in, what do I get out? 9. If this is the inverse, what has to happen? If I put in 9, I should get 7. Do I?
Yes.
So they're inverses. Because when I put in 7 to the original, I got 9 back out. And when I put 9 back into this other thing, I got my 7 back. What if you picked a different number? All right, let's try 10. You put in 10, you get 15. So what would I do down here? I put in 15. And what should I get back? And I do. It doesn't matter what number you pick.
So why didn't you do 5?
Because when I put in 5, I got 5. I didn't want to have the same number. All right, now we got a box problem. Are we going to have a calculator to do this problem on Thursday? Yeah. I calculated that we know how to use. So here's our paper. Write an equation for the volume of the box. You should be able to do this with your eyes closed. Volume. Length times width times height. So what's our length, width, and height here? 20 minus 2x. 12 minus 2x. X. There it is. That's your volume. 20 minus an x on each end, so 20 minus 2x, 12 minus 2x, and x. What's your domain? Always 0 less than x less than something. What's the something in this problem? 6. Why is it 6? Half of the smallest dimension. when I graph this, this is X min, this is X max in your window. When you hit graph, what are you looking for? You gotta see the top of the hill, that's right. Make sure you can see the top of the hill. I'm missing Google today. And that's it. So did you have your equation in?
Yeah.
20 minus 2x, 12 minus 2x, x. Once you see the top of the hill, we'll go do this one more time. Second calc. Click down to maximum. Set your cursor on the left side of the hill. Press enter. Move your cursor to the right side of the hill. Press enter. And mine came out to be 2.43 and 262.68. Now, what do those represent? This is the volume. And this is the size of the cutout. So what did the question want to know? Find the maximum volume. 262.68 cubic inches. That's your volume.
Does it matter like how we round? Or do you want to do that?
We're all going to get exactly the same answer. The directions say round to the nearest hundredth, so we should have that exactly. Okay, now we've got a restaurant problem. So the food costs $16.75, but you got to pay a 7% tax and a 15% tip. Add-on or deduction, tax? So 1.07, right? If it were a deduction, it would be 0.93. 1 minus 7, 100 minus 7%. Tip, add-on or deduction? So multiply by 1.15. We type all those in, round it off to the nearest cent, and that's what Julian says is the answer. I didn't type it in. Jordan, got it? Now we're doing orange juice. What's our formula? Amount times percent. Amount times percent. Amount times percent. Okay? So let's fill in. Here we go. What are our percentages? 23, 52, and 35. So far, so good? Now, what's the amount I know? 30 goes with the 52. How much? X and 30 is my total. Does that look okay to everybody? So 0.23x plus 15.6 and this is a distribute, so make sure you distribute there. Does that look okay? subtract 0.23x from both sides. And then subtract 10.5. And now I'll divide. I got 42.5.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Divide both sides by 0.12. So I need 42.5 ounces of orange juice. Good? One more. Last year our book cost $123. This year it costs $134. Find the percent of increase. How do I do percent of increase? New minus old over old. So here we go. 134 minus 123 over what? 123. Yep. That's going to give me a percentage. I got 8.94%. It actually came out to be 0.0894. But in terms of a percentage, that would be 8.94. Would you agree with that? Okay, it's all done but the graphing. Everybody still keeping up okay? I'm going to sketch my original here. Okay. Everybody okay? Look at A and B. They are both absolute value problems. You've got to keep these apart, keep them straight. Okay? What happens when we have the absolute value of just x? Copy the right side. So I'm going to copy that tall trapezoid. There it is. I copied the tall trapezoid. I copy whatever's on the right. And then what do I do? Flip it over here onto the left. That is how you do absolute value of x. Now, B is the absolute value of the whole thing. So I start by recopying something, but it's not the right side necessarily. What do I recopy when I do the absolute value of the whole thing? Everything on top stays there, so I recopy all that, and then the bottom part moves up. So I am going to recopy this trapezoid because he's positive. But I'm also going to recopy this triangle. And then I'm going to flip this trapezoid up. Any issue with that? Okay, now the next one has a couple of things going on. All right, what's going to happen here? Two things. And I'm going to do them one at a time because that's easier for me. But what are the two things that happen? What does this mean? Upside down. What does this mean? Right one. Now, it does not matter which one you start with, but I like to start inside parentheses first because that's what we do in math. So I'm going to move it to the right one. So I'm going to pick up this picture and move it over to the right one. And here it is, right one. Now I'm going to flip it upside down. So this little trapezoid is going to come up. The triangle is going to come down. And the trapezoid is going to come down. There is the answer to the question. Okay? All right. Next. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Two things. What are the two things that happened in this picture? What does this do? Flip across y-axis. So left and right. What does this do? It divides the width. The kids, it's a 1/3. Dividing by 1/3 is the same as multiplying by 2 or 3. Multiplying by 3, which is going to make it 3 times as wide. All right, so let's flip first. So I'll go back to my original. I'm going to flip it this way first. So the trapezoid comes over. The triangle. And the little trapezoid. All right. So there it is flipped. That's the negative. Flips. Now, instead of going over 1, up 3, I'm going to go over 3. I'm going to redraw the whole thing. I'm going to go over 3 and still up 3. All right, so here we go.
I thought if you multiply by 3, you have like,
I'm multiplying the width by 3. I'm actually dividing it by 1/3, but dividing it by 1/3 is multiplying it by 3. So instead of coming over 3, I'm going to go over 9. So this is where the trapezoid ends.
Yeah, but where do you connect it?
And every step, every one of these that was 1 is now 3. So I'm going to go over 3 to place my first dot, over 6 to place my second dot, and then connect them. So there's the trapezoid stretched out 3 times as wide. So instead of going over 1 and up 3, I came over 3 and up 3. Over 6 and up 3. It's 3 times as wide. Now, this triangle was 2. Now he's 6. He still only goes up 2 units though. So he's stretched out also. How wide is this trapezoid? 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's coming clear over to here. But each of these steps, instead of being 1, is going to be 3. So I'm going to over 3. Here is my picture.
You know that's not the original picture, right?
That was the flip. I flipped it first. So that should have been the flip of the original picture. And then I stretched it. Because it has a negative 1/3, so I have to flip it across the y-axis, and then I stretched it. I could have stretched it and then flipped it.
That version.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't, I'm not doing this one anymore. Doing that one right there. All right, quickly, got one more to go. And we'll have the whole thing done. So y equals 2f of 2x. All right, 2 things are happening. What's happening? So this is going to be twice as tall. And what's this going to be?
Half as wide.
Half as wide. We divide by 2. The width is divided by 2. So it's half as wide, twice as tall. All right. I'll do the tall part first. I'll need my original. I'm going to make it twice as tall. So my trapezoid is going to go all the way up to 6. And my triangle is going to go all the way up to 4. And my little trapezoid is going to go down to 2. So there's my picture twice as tall. Would everybody agree with that? Now I'm going to take that picture that's twice as tall and I'm going to make it half as wide. So see this little triangle right here? He's not going to be 2 across anymore. He's only going to be 1 across. He's really going to be squished up on this system that I have set up here. There he is, 1 across. Still 4 up, but 1 across. How far across will this guy be? No, he won't be 2. He'll only be 1.5 across. So he's clear up here. So I got to draw that trapezoid in a space that's only 1.5 wide. And this one's the same. So I have to draw that trapezoid in a space that's only 1.5 wide. So it is twice as tall, half as wide, because of these numbers that we stuck in.